Hey there, my conscious celestials. My name is Natasha Lauren, and I'm here to help you consciously create the life that you desire. So, welcome to part 4 of this manifesting love series using the law of assumption. This is the final video, and I just want to give some extra tips and extra bits of advice and just some key points that I think are important for you maintaining this throughout this, and now that you are at this part of the journey, or if you've chosen just to watch the videos through and see what it is like, then these are some key points to note. So first of all, I just want to start off by saying, obviously the videos have been released in parts and on weekly basis basically, but it doesn't have to be followed week to week. Take your time. If you've reached this point or you've reached any points within the video and you don't quite feel there yet, you're not entirely sure, you're still thinking the way that you used to, or you just feel frustrated, or most importantly, you haven't gone and done week 1 and done it properly, and generating the desirable state of mind, the desirable feelings, etc. doesn't feel easier to you, then take your time. You don't have to rush this. It doesn't have to be quick. This is for you to do at your own pace, but the videos are always here for you to come back and to check. So now that that is out of the way, let's get straight into it. So from the previous videos, the first videos, all of this whole series, and the whole reason I made this series is to make you understand, one, that the cause is always your mind and everything starts with you. The only thing we have true control over is our internal reality, and the law will then create that so that we can experience that outside of us. But our power and what we have to do is control and decide and direct our internal reality. So at this point, you should have reached a point where maintaining, creating, etc., your desired reality now should be a lot more natural to you. Before, it might have been something that you have to it's maybe harder for you to do, or it's harder for you to maintain, but now it should have reached a point where it is more natural for you. The thoughts and the feelings that you're having, especially when it comes to love, or if you are thinking about your SP, if you do happen to think about them, it should feel more natural for it to be in the desirable direction. That is the point that you should be at by this point, basically. And so by seeing that obviously you are creating your reality, everything is down to you, and by generating the feeling of love within, for yourself, by yourself, you should start to see the outside world starting to conform. Now, this is not only going to include your SP. If you're not doing this just because of an SP, it's going to include, whether you're doing this for an SP, whether you're doing this for self-love, just for yourself, or just a relationship in general, you should start to see the outside world conforming. And by that, I mean that the people that you interact with, how you feel about yourself, how people interact with you and act with you, etc., should all come from a place that shows you and proves you that you are important, you are fulfilled, and that you love yourself. That's how everything around you should be starting. The world outside of you should, if it hasn't already, it should start to be conforming to that. Because like I said, whatever you experience inside, you generate inside, you feel, you assume, etc., will be expressed on the outside in your 3D reality. So you should be at a place now where you are starting to see that. Now as well, because you have been working on yourself, focusing on yourself, doing this for yourself and by yourself, and coming from a perspective of you just want to generate those feelings and feel that within, like I said, the law will take care of the rest. But because of that, you're in a position now where, like I said, you feel important. So your expectations of other people and how they're going to treat you should start to change and should be changing around you. And this is because of Everyone Is You Pushed Out. So I have an entire video on Everyone Is You Pushed Out, going into more detail about it. But basically, it's the concept whereby what you expect of people, they will reflect back to you. And this comes down to, so now when you're at a place where you are changing your self-concept, you are loving yourself, you're going to expect that much more from people. You're going to expect people to treat you how you deserve to be treated. You're going to expect people to make you feel important, not in that way where like they have to make you feel important, but because you yourself, you feel so important, you're not going to expect anything less. You're not going to be in a place where you expect anyone to treat you badly. You expect, you know, the bare minimum when it comes to relationships, etc. You think so highly of yourself that your expectations have gone up, and therefore, because everyone is you pushed out, the people in your world, the people you interact with, are going to conform to that. That is the stage that you should be at. Like I said, I have a full video on this, so definitely go and check that out. But you should start to see, and because of everyone is you pushed out, you should start to see your world conforming to that. If you do start having thoughts about them, you keep thinking about them, and it's coming from a place that doesn't feel good, it's not, you know, good thoughts about them, it's not in a desirable way. So just having thoughts themselves don't just manifest. There has to be feelings, expectations, beliefs, etc. behind them. Obviously, thoughts that you keep thinking and you keep having feelings about, etc., will form beliefs, and that is what manifests. But just a fleeting thought itself is not going to manifest unless you put a lot of feeling behind it. And that's why I say not to feed those thoughts, because by you feeding them, you're now attaching a feeling to that. You're now creating a state where you're coming from that place, and that is what will manifest. So if they pop up, if in your mind they pop up and it's something that is undesirable, first of all, allow it, because I'm not into this whole like toxic positivity where it's just like, okay, no, like I just need to think good, I need to think good things. No, allow whatever you are feeling, like that is okay. Allow that thought to come up and allow that feeling to pass, because the more that you try to fight it and you try to push against it, it's just going to keep coming up. So allow those thoughts to happen. But like I said, from week 1, you should understand that if you continue to focus on those thoughts, feed them with feelings, live in the end from that place, then that is what you will create. So now you should be at a stage where when those thoughts come up, you realize that, okay, yes, they are there, but you're not going to feed them, because now you know that where you put your feelings, what state you decide to create, is what you are then going to experience. So now when those thoughts come up, it should be something that you are just able to observe and basically let it go. Allow it to happen, feel it, let it go, and then direct your mind into a desirable situation. Think about your end goal, being in a relationship with them, being in a relationship in general, or just loving, just being happy and whatever by yourself, if like old memories from old relationships are coming up, etc. Focus it into your desirable situation. You should be at a point now where you are able, like I said, your thoughts should naturally be a lot more desirable anyway. But if those thoughts do come up that are undesirable, direct them into the desirable situation. If there are any like bad conversations or situations that keep coming up, that keep replaying in your mind, etc., you can go back and revise those events. Again, if you don't know what revision is, again, I have a video on that I posted very recently, so definitely go and check it out. Like I say in the video as well, revision is not needed. Your power is not in the past, your power is in now. But if you want to go and revise that event, revise that situation, etc., you can. So definitely go check out the revision video if you want a bit more information on that. And then my final point, now we are at this stage, your self-concept and how you feel about yourself should be at a point where you no longer feel desperate or feel like you need that person. Like, yes, you can have them and you can have an amazing relationship with them, but it should feel like something that is an option to you, not something that you have to fight for, you have to convince them, you have to do all this stuff just to get that person. The focus is on you. So now having a relationship with that person, having a relationship in general, is just a bonus to your self-love. You love yourself so much at this point that it doesn't matter whether you have your SP or whether you have anyone in general. You are so happy and content within yourself, but having an extra person is just a bonus. It's something that's just extra and feels good and feels nice, etc., but it's not needed. At the start of this, you were probably in a place where you might have felt you know, desperate. And at the end of the day, we all want to feel love. The reason that you want your SP, the reason, especially when you, back then, the reason why you would have wanted your SP and all that kind of stuff is because you want to feel love. But trying to fill that void with another person is never going to go down well. Your feelings and your power is always going to be on that person. Like I said in the first videos, when you're at that place, that person doesn't message you, that person doesn't plan something, that person doesn't respond to you in X amount of time, and you suddenly feel terrible about yourself. That is where we used to be, and now we are in a position where it does not matter what anyone outside of you does. You love yourself so much and you feel so important, and all of that kind of stuff, that this is just an extra. To have that person is just an extra amazing thing. Like I said, at this stage anyway, the people around you will start to conform to that because they have to by the law. But that is where we want to be. You are on the pedestal. Your SP, that relationship, is no longer on the pedestal. You are on that pedestal to the point where having a relationship, having your SP is easy to you. Like, it's something, it should feel, you should feel and be in a position where you just know that it's a choice and it's an option for you. You're in such a place where you are on a higher place. Your mindset and everything is on so much of more of a higher place that you are on the pedestal. Like, you get to decide, and having that person is an option to you. And then my final point is that the whole point of this, like I said, is to focus on you. Self-love is important. If you are doing this and coming from a place of, oh, I just want to do this just to get my SP, you're not doing this from the right state of mind. Your focus is on you. You want love. You are generating love and feeling love for yourself. The relationship, all of that is just an extra. Even when you get your SP, even when you manifest that relationship, don't stop focusing on you. Like, the key to having, you know, the healthy, loving relationship, etc., is by having a healthy, loving relationship with yourself, how you think and feel about yourself. So at no point, even when you get your SP, you get that relationship, all of that kind of stuff, don't stop focusing on you and generating those feelings within for yourself. The relationship will conform to how you think and feel about yourself and the states that you are creating within your mind. Your mind is where the power is at. You have control over your internal reality, and it's expressed out to you. I hope this has helped you. Like I said, these were just like a few little tips. Basically, what I've given you in those videos is all there is to it. I said from the very beginning, step one, there is no like magic special technique. There's nothing that's like, okay, just do this and you'll get your SP. No, I want you, like, genuinely and dearly, like, my one thing with all of this, with all my videos, is for you to realize the power is within yourself. You are a creator. You are a conscious creator, and you get to decide what you experience, and you do that by having control and power over your mind, over your feelings, over your states, over what you choose to think, over what you choose to generate within yourself. That is the whole point of this. There was never going to be anything like special technique or anything like that, and I said that at the beginning, and I hope that by following the videos through, you're able to see that. And you will, if you're doing this with good quality, and you genuinely are focusing and working on yourself, the rest will conform. The cause is always your mind. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope all of this has helped, and I will see you in the next video.